Welcome to Cosmic Compass. Today, let's set our sights on one of the most fascinating worlds in our solar system, Mars, and the two tiny moons that circle it. Why is this red planet such an endless source of curiosity? What makes it both eerily similar to Earth and yet so profoundly alien? Together, we'll explore Mars' days and seasons, its icy poles, violent dust storms, massive volcanoes, and of course, the mysterious companions that orbit it. Mars is often called Earth's smaller sibling, and surprisingly the two worlds share several traits. For instance, a Martian day, or sol, is just slightly longer than a day on Earth, 24 hours, 39 minutes and 35 seconds. It almost feels familiar, as though you could carry your wristwatch from Earth and it would only drift by about 39 minutes each day. But the year is another story. Mars circles the Sun more slowly, completing an orbit in 687 Earth days, nearly 2 full Earth years. Imagine celebrating your birthday every other year. Would you mind the wait? Now let's compare their sizes. Mars is smaller than Earth, only about half the diameter, and significantly less dense. This makes its surface gravity weaker. If you weigh 100 kilograms on Earth, you'd weigh only 38 kilograms on Mars. Walking there would feel almost dreamlike, lighter, slower, but still bound by gravity. Unlike our own large and round moon, Mars has two tiny companions, Phobos and Deimos. They are irregularly shaped, more like captured asteroids than traditional moons. To the naked eye on Mars, they would appear very different in the sky. Phobos, the larger and closer of the two looms, relatively large overhead, though still far smaller than Earth's moon. Deimos, on the other hand, is distant and faint, shining more like a star than a proper moon. One of the most mesmerizing sights ever captured on Mars is a solar eclipse caused by Phobos. Watching its jagged potato-shaped body glide across the Sun reminds us that even on another world, the dance of light and shadow continues. Can you imagine standing there, watching daylight fade under the shadow of a tiny tumbling moon? Mars has seasons that echo Earth's thanks to the similar tilt of its rotational axis. Summers and winters exist, though the temperature swings are far more extreme. In winter, the polar regions can plummet to minus 143 degrees Celsius. In contrast, equatorial summers may rise to a relatively warm 35 degrees Celsius. The poles themselves are crowned with permanent ice caps. During the winter, they grow larger, shrouded in darkness, as carbon dioxide from the atmosphere freezes into slabs of dry ice. In summer, much of this sublimates, releasing winds that can roar across the planet at speeds of 400 kilometers per hour. And why do we call it the red planet? Iron oxide dust coats the Martian surface, giving it a rusty reddish hue. Every rover image reveals a world painted in tones of red and brown, as though the entire planet has been left to rust under the sun for eons. At first glance, Mars might appear silent and dead. But in truth, the planet is restless. Avalanches of dust and ice tumble down cliffs, captured by orbiters in real time. Sand dunes shift subtly from year to year, reshaped by the whisper of the wind. Fresh impact craters reveal ice buried beneath the soil, which sometimes melts and leaves fleeting trails behind. Dust devils, whirlwinds that rise like ghostly columns, have been filmed snaking across the plains, some towering higher than the tallest skyscrapers on Earth. And then there are the dust storms. Winds sweeping across Mars lift its fine red dust into colossal walls that can envelop the entire planet. From space, the change is unmistakable. 1 week, the surface is clear. The next, Mars is shrouded in a planet-wide storm. Imagine living there, watching the sun fade behind a veil of endless red haze. Mars also holds some of the most staggering landscapes in the solar system, stretching more than 4,000 kilometers across Valles. Marineris is a canyon system 3 times longer than Earth's Grand Canyon and 4 times as deep. From orbit, it scars the planet like a colossal wound. And then there's Olympus Mons, the largest volcano known and the tallest mountain in the solar system. Rising nearly 22 kilometres high, it towers 3 times the height of Mount Everest, yet its slopes are gentle, only about 5 degrees on average, so shallow that from its summit you would not even see the base, hidden beyond the planet's curvature. Such features are only possible because Mars's weaker gravity allows mountains to grow larger without collapsing under their own weight. These colossal landmarks remind us how alien yet awe-inspiring Mars truly is. Today, Mars has only a whisper of an atmosphere. Billions of years ago, the planet lost its protective magnetic field, allowing the solar wind to strip much of its atmosphere away. Orbiters have even detected streams of particles trailing into space behind Mars. Standing on the surface, the air pressure is less than 1% of Earth's. It's as if you were standing 120,000 feet above Earth, well beyond where life can breathe. And what little atmosphere remains is made mostly of carbon dioxide, 96%. Survival there would demand a pressurized suit and constant life support. Yet amid these harsh conditions, beauty remains. Martian sunsets are not fiery red, but instead a soft dusky blue. Captured by rovers, these otherworldly twilights remind us that even a barren world can still be breathtaking. Mars is a planet of extremes, a world of ice and dust mountains that dwarf Everest canyons, that defy imagination, and storms that can cover an entire globe. It shares echoes of Earth's seasons and days, yet remains a harsh and alien realm. And still, it calls to us. Could we one day stand on the red sands, watch a blue sunset, and call it home? There are countless more worlds to explore in our solar system, each with its own story to tell. If you've enjoyed this journey through Mars and its moons, let's continue to travel together. Subscribe to Cosmic Compass, and you'll be among the first to discover the wonders of the cosmos with us.